Assalamualaikum and hello everyone. My name is Aina for SMK Senggarang, and today I'm very delighted and honored to be given the opportunity to share with you my favorite book called The Perks of Being a Wallflower by Stephen Chbosky. This book consists of 218 pages, and there are many reasons why I love this book. First, let me introduce you to Stephen Chbosky. So, he's basically an American screenwriter. He's the producer, film director, and also a novelist. So you can obviously tell he's the author of this book, and also the producer of The Perks of Being a Wallflower movie adaptations. Fun fact is, the famous Beauty and the Beast film, directed by Bill Condon, is from a screenplay by Stephen Chbosky too. Okay, let's get back to our main topic. This book called The Perks of Being a Wallflower. The title itself, a wallflower, indicates and perfectly describing the main character as someone that possesses an introverted personality type. Not of someone who attends gatherings or parties, but they tend to distance themselves from the crowds, avoiding the limelight. Like I said before, there are many reasons why I love this book. If I have a chance to sit and talk to someone about this book, then it will take a whole day. I chose this book because it has a really heart-wrenching story that shows how life works. And I'm going to explain it to you, but at the same time, I'm going to make it short and simple. This story revolves around the main character named Charlie, who's diagnosed and suffers from post-traumatic stress disorder (PTSD), is about to embark on the first year of high school. This will explain all of this and why Charlie acts and reacts the way he does. His best friend Michael commits suicide, or should I say his imaginary friend. He's also lived with guilty feelings of his aunt's death, haunting and devouring his life days and nights. If only Aunt Helen hadn't loved him so much, she would still be alive. He finally enters high school after being hospitalized for the summer. It must be hard for him because the feeling of anxious, fear, and nervous throughout his high school journey. What's next upcoming challenges life in uni was going to give him? Counting how many days his journey on his torturing and prison for children going to end, and that thought has caused him to be friendly with his seniors. I mean, who's going to predict the shy and introvert person going so well blending with his seniors at high school? Through time, their friend group becomes close, but it's apparent that Charlie is dealing with mental illness, which is shown in certain moments. One thing special about this book that I love is how this book is structured. Charlie tends to write letters, and he addresses his letters to an anonymous friend, which is the reader, which is me. It feels like he writes letter to me as an outlet to open up and talk about his life. He writes about how he finally realizing that Aunt Helen is actually molested him. He thinks of Aunt Helen is the only person that showed him affection, showed him love that he never deserved. It's truly breaking my heart when I read that, because how Charlie feels when someone he truly loves is actually doing something the worst thing human can do and can think of. Despite that, I chose this book because it's so close to me and I relate to myself because the fact that Charlie is trying so hard to blend with his surroundings and challenge himself, dying to be social, dying to be loved, and dying to be accepted. I tend to fake and make a new personality together with new people and being a good role model and trying so hard to not disappoint my first impression. Overcome my anxiety to talk in front of people, to be confident, and not just being a side character that no one cares. As well as I'm reading this book, there's so many questions that run along in my mind. How Charlie can remain calm when some terrifying accident pop up in his mind every single time. And also, I can't stop praising him because how proud I am to him to his character development progressing. And at the end of the novel, you can see that Charlie writing that he's planning to stop writing letters and to stop participating fully in his life. After all that memories throughout their friendship, he don't want to be a wallflower anymore. And my favorite part of this novel is how he finally realizing that he's not in a sad story. It's finally alive. It's an ineffable feeling when you know there's someone who will always be there for you. He's stand up and see the lights and the buildings and everything that makes him wonder. He's listening to that song, Can That Drive, with the people he loved the most in this world. And at that moment, he swear they are infinite. listening to that song and that drive with the people he loved the most, which is his friends. And at that moment, he swear they are infinite.